Good morning. Kimberly here. I'm an ER nurse getting ready to go in for a night shift. I've been a nurse for 25 years and I am just going to do a little get ready with me and hopefully you'll follow along. If you are new here, I hope you will subscribe. Just hit the bell too. You'll get notifications. So let's get started. Yeah, tonight is night 4 of 5 and I'm tired. So I'm just gonna go and make this kind of a low key, easygoing video, just me getting ready, and we're gonna chat about a few things. I'm gonna talk about my night shift routine. What do I do to get ready for a night shift? How do I deal with the sleep cycle variations? How do I deal with getting myself staying primed? Keeping up with all of it, because I know it can be really daunting for a lot of people, and I'm one of them. And it took me a lot of years in order to figure out what my rhythm and cycle is. I know a lot of people do night shift for a while, or if you're new or you're a new grad and you came into it and you started doing it, and then all of a sudden it felt like, oh my God, what did I get myself into? You're not alone. That's how it goes sometimes. Night shift can be a brutal beast for a lot of people, especially if you're new to it and it's a new experience. I'm going in with my naked palette here. We're just going to go in over the brow bone. I was going to go a little more bold tonight, but I don't know. Maybe I'll just mute it down a little. We'll see as we go along. Trust the process, as I always say. So I know that it can be tough, and I experienced that. I've always been a night person by nature. I think even when I was young, my parents used to call me the little owl because I tended to like to be up at night, and I'm not really a morning person. And thank God there's some of us out there that are not typically, morning people. We all, this world is a 24-hour place. There's jobs like ours that are 24-hour jobs. And some of us got to keep this business going at night. But yeah, I even have a little owl right back there up on my little shelf. And he's just an homage to night shift life that I prefer, actually. I have done day shift, I have done night shift, I have done mid shifts. And I can say for me, night shifts is the way to go. At the time I chose to do night shifts, it was a decision about trying to actually be there more for my kids. I knew I was going to have someone help me as a caregiver because of the issue that I didn't have a partner. And I felt like having someone at the house taking care of them while they were sleeping at night was a better option than me paying for someone during the day. That way I felt like I could at least have dinners with them, get ready with them, be with them during the day, do their pickups in the morning, have them go to school, and have me sleep while they were in school. That was the name of the game for me. I'm going to take a little bit of that potent brown, and I'm going to go on the outer wing here. We're going to just kind of swoop it up in a little upward and downward swoop for me. I blow off my brushes because I don't want to get flaking down here when I'm putting makeup on, so I just want to use what's in the brush while I'm doing this. And then when I get this right about here where I've got a little bit of a nice angled wing or shading right there, I will carry it and kind of drag it a little bit so it's not too sharp. And it looks sharp without all the other stuff on, and that's okay. It's more like a little angle than just a straight line. Everybody's eye shapes are different. Experiment with eyeshadows and how the angles work for you. Don't just watch somebody on a video, which I do recommend watching videos, but don't just expect you're going to watch how someone else does their makeup on a video and expect that's how it's going to work for you. All of our eyes are very different, and you got to do it, based on your eye shape. I have a very almond-shaped eye. I used to hate the almond-shaped eye when I was younger. It used to bother me a lot. I just didn't realize that there's beauty in all shapes until I was much older. Because, you never love what you have. You always love what you see on other people. That's just the name of life. I had straight hair, too. And I always wanted curly hair because I loved the volume. And, you always want what you don't got. So there's that part of life. But anyway, I'm trying to accentuate the almond-shaped eyes and draw the attention up in a swoop. So when I put my cat eye on or whatever I decide to do, it kind of draws dimension for me that way. I need to put something over the lid. I didn't use my paint pot tonight. I decided, I've been having an issue with this eye ever since I had that sinus infection a little over a week ago. I ended up having a lot of drainage, so I've got some excoriation right here on the inside. So I'm kind of being careful what I do with my eye for right now. And that includes just not putting anything extra that's not going to allow it to breathe on the the skin of the eyelid. So I still am going to wear my makeup. That's still happening. I'm just not putting too much on it to overwhelm it. I'm trying to think what I want to do. I think I want to go a little lighter over this part of the eyelid. I don't want to go darker tonight. So I think we're going to go with this one. We'll see how it goes. This is the brush I got. I ended up buying a couple brushes a couple weeks ago. I bought one from Sephora. I was doing like a little experiment for myself. I bought a Sephora brush, and I bought a Real Technique brush from CVS. And honestly, I wanted to love the Sephora brush. I really did. These are the two brushes I bought. This one from Sephora. It's a flat brush just like this. Let me show you. Flat brush just like this one, but it's already shedding little hairs. And this one from Real Techniques from CVS is a dense brush. It's softer. It tends to go on a little nicer. Look, I'm not paid to do any of these. I am out here just, doing God's work, letting you know what I find to be good. So I like the Real Technique brush, and I think it was just like, it was under $10. I want to say like $7.99. The one at Sephora was significantly more. I think it was double what I paid for this one, probably about $15 to $20. And win some, lose some, right? I talked about mascaras too, how I've had that happen where I've spent, $45 on a mascara only to come straight back to a Maybelline mascara that I felt was just as good or better, honestly. So we're going to go in with a little bit more here. Just kind of open the eye a little bit here. Let's see, are we even? I feel like we are ish, even-ish. Still a little swelling over this eye, but it's not, hopefully it's not too noticeable. It'll clear up. Things happen. This is what we do. I got to get into work tonight. It's, like I said, I think I told you, it's been kind of crazy. There's been a lot happening. I'm just trying to go in each night with a positive attitude, do my job the best I can, and try not to let all of the hype of what people think is going to happen and what is happening and all of that other garbage. It is going to be what it's going to be. And I can't control it. And when things are outside of our control, I think it's best to try to table them in our mind if we can. It's not saying not to be prepared. It is saying just that don't let anyone live in your head rent free. And I'm not going to. I can't live that way every single day where I'm in constant anxiety, stressed about the possibilities and letting that ruminate in my head. And it's important to control our thoughts, because sometimes anxiety can spark a number of things. It can spark us to feel like it makes the feeling or lack of control worse, and we can have cyclical thoughts that go round and round in our head. And the problem with that is that it can feel a lot worse because it tends to make our whole body feel sick. It makes you feel ill when there's something bothering you and you let it go and go and go. So I'm going to encourage you to try to do the same, but that's not saying put your head in the sand. What that's saying is just be aware of how it's making you feel. Change your mindset, do some meditation, focus on the positive things that are going on in your life or the gifts that you have, and then go on from there. I had to step off and do my eyeliner for just a minute because of the thing I've got going on with my eye. I needed a little time to work it out. I used the shroom on the inner corners, my Anastasia for my eyeliner, and I've got my Maybelline Fireworks for my mascara. So I'm going in with that right now. So what do I do when I am trying to flip around? We were having this big discussion in the emergency department the other night with the staff because there's been a lot of struggle going on. They have been kind of doing something a little different with our schedule, and I think we need to work on our schedules a little bit. Management has just kind of been, we were put in our schedules so that we give them our availability or requests, because as you know, in nursing, you might get what you want, you might not. It all depends. And it always comes back down to what is the need of the department. And what has happened is they've just been plugging us in kind of haphazardly, like changing our whole schedule. We don't get any of the requests that we're asking for. And like myself, working 5 days out of a 6-day segment, that's like brutal and near impossible. It's not healthy to do stuff like that. You need more of a break to recovery. I woke up yesterday and today, was having cramps in my legs. We walk a lot on a shift, and your body needs recovery time. It really does. Like, not having recovery time is tough. But then when you're trying to flip and flop and go back, as I say all the time, I joke around about, see you on the flip side. It's because there's a constant flip going on back and forth. You're flipping to day shift, you're flipping to night shift. And that kind of flipping and flopping can be really difficult. And that's where a lot of nurses get into, feeling darn right ill when their schedules are back and forth. And if you have a young family or a family at all, or anyone living in the same household, it can be darn impossible to get a full solid sleep. And then what you have happening is you have to battle the sleeplessness. People start taking medication or getting, to try to sleep, even if it's over the counter. You're trying to do something to help trick your body into a rhythm. And that in and of itself is tough. And it's not healthy to always be relying on that either. And the thing with nursing is we have to do things that allow us to, I'm not going to go, I actually forgot I didn't put all my foundation and my concealer on. And here I am putting the mascara on. Ugh. So I'm going to put my foundation on real quick so I can finish the bottom lashes. You have people trying to flip and flop. You have people trying to, oh my goodness, I did it again. Just spilled some makeup. It's okay. I had a towel down, thank God. I'm in my room right now, so that could have been very bad if I'd gotten it on the carpet. Ooh. So I'm using my trusty double wear Estee Lauder. I'm done. I gotta get out. I gotta go get the pump. I had the pump on my other one. I think it's in one of my cabinets because I was switching back and forth between 2C0 and 2C1. I ended up not using the pump on this bottle, and now I know why I need to keep that pump on here. I've done this like a couple times while I'm doing the videos where I'm making a mess every time, and that's got to stop right now. So, as we get into it, I want to tell you, I got an appointment to get my hair done Friday. I'm doing it. It's been a whole thing for me trying to figure out where I was going with my hair, and I'm going to get it done this Friday after I go on my off segment, and we shall see. Maybe I'll come and do a little glam with me after I'm done. I'm sure you'll be seeing it, but as you can tell, I have had a journey with this hair. I've got inches of outgrowth going on, and it looks I think it looks god-awful. I can't stand to have this much outgrowth, but it turned into a whole thing. I had a hairdresser. She ended up going and traveling and doing a whole like kind of nomadic adventure with her husband, and they were traveling, and she traveled, didn't come back when I thought she was going to come back. I went to another hairdresser who mistakes were made. That's all I can say. It was kind of a whole thing, and I just decided I love my hairdresser. She's been amazing, but at the same time, I need somebody who's going to be consistent and isn't, preparing to retire and traveling and leaving me hanging all the time, or sending me with someone else to have that, I don't know, just like in nursing, continuity, I gotta get this off my face. Continuity of hair is important. Know your formula, they know your hair, and I need to be set up with someone who's not at the end of their career and wants to do hair. So I am changing over. I was very resistant to do that, as you can tell, but I knew that change needed to happen, and I'm also ready for a makeover on my hair. And I told the hairdresser that I booked with, I'm going to leave it in her hands. I'm going to let her decide what to do with this mop. My hair is long. It's down to my almost low back. I can grab it down here for my hand. And it's time to, have a little change, and we'll see what I get to do. But I am going to stay blonde. That's not going to change. I'm a blonde at heart, despite what you see here. And I love being blonde, and yeah, we're going to see how it goes. So aside from that, how do I stay flipped around? How do I take care of myself? It's like a disciplined thing. It's like a diet. It's like an exercise routine. It's like anything you would do, and being consistent on my sleep schedule is something I am very consistent on. You know what's weird? When I'm on day shift, I'm not consistent. When I'm on day shift, I would stay up late at night because I'm a night owl. And I would go to bed late, get up early, be going on 3-4 hours of sleep, 5 at the max. And when I work night shift, I end up I come home in the morning, and I kid you not, I race to shower, get ready, pajamas, in bed, asleep, no later than 8:30, 9 o'clock at the latest. If I've not been in the REM sleep by 9 o'clock, we got a problem. But yeah, I'm really firm about my sleep. I'm really firm about planning my meals. I'm really firm about making sure I'm doing things for myself on my off time to decompress and do things that make me feel good. Get my hair done, do a little me time periodically, and cook some healthy meals so that I feel good. And so staying consistent is important. When you live in a household where there's other people, I don't know if you have roommates or a husband or wife, or you have kids, having a family can be very tricky, because kids, they don't, it's not that they don't care, but it's also, it feels hard to be unfair to them, to tell them to be quiet all the time while mom or dad is sleeping. And it's a tough call. Because when you're a night shifter, there's something about being in a house and feeling like you hear everybody all the time. Like, you hear every movement. I do. I hear everything. I hear everything in my house. I hear the gardeners outside, which, thank God, I don't hear it as much here as I used to at my other property. This place has been a really quiet space, and so I'm grateful for that. But it's important, if you are dealing with noise, or you are dealing with light, one, get yourself to dark out curtains. Whether it goes with your aesthetic or not, find a way to darken the room. Spring has also sprung. We just had a time change, and with a time change comes more light. So dark out curtains will be your friend. Yeah, they're not that expensive, but get a good one that you don't have light bleed through. Look at the reviews online. You can get some really good ones for not a whole heck of a lot of money. They've got some good nice colors. There's things you can do with that. But I will tell you, having a good set of dark out curtains, or something you can put over your eye, if you can sleep with a good an eye mask, then do that. Put your earplugs in if you have to. That's important too, just eliminating the noise. But I always worry with earplugs that I'm going to not hear the alarm. So once I'm asleep, I don't know. Sometimes I sleep like a rock, but other times I hear every single sound. So it's a mixed bag. Having a consistent schedule for me is important, as far as like having all my scheduled days booked up in a row, or having these on, one off, one on, 2 on, 1 off, one. Ugh, it drives me absolutely batshit. Oh, sorry, I cussed again. But it does. And that's just, that's not just me. That's quite a lot of people. But finding yourself in a good schedule pattern is really important. So I'm not going crazy on the eyebrows. I could sit and fiddle with my eyebrows for 20 minutes if I was allowed to. And I'm not going to allow myself to tonight. Just about done here. So I've got my hourglass. I'm going to just touch up some here. My skin's a little oily. This is just a good bronzer that actually, I like the light reflective properties on it. And voila, I got to go dry my hair. I got to get ready for work, but this is me. Oh, let's just do my quick lip. Let's do a quick lip. Hold on. I don't have my whole lip kit. I think I might have left it in the car, which could be bad. We're going to just go in. Some liner, little X right here over my Cupid's bow. Going down. And yes, I've got my Charlotte. Now, you don't want lipstick on your teeth, so what I do, pull it off just to get it in that area that's going to remove it from that part of the lip that'll get on your teeth. So that is it. I'm ready. Quick dry on the hair, and I'm gonna go in for night 4 of 5. So wish me luck, and I will see you on the flip side.